we'll see what happens.
You hope not. Maybe only, actually, I retract that statement. You hope so if the Bullfrogs are making a comeback. But, man, it's been a rough night. It really has. And, I'm not going to sidestep that. But at the same time, again, I always like to say there's a lot of young players on the squad. And this is the time where you got to fight. This is the time where these young players are going to get reps. They're going to get varsity reps. They're going to play against good team in Decatur. And you got to take away those positives. And, even if this season isn't right now going the way you want it to, you gotta try your best to always look at the positive side of things. And, hopefully these young kids can go out there. I mean, you look at a kid like Damian Moore tonight who's had a couple big runs, and that's the type of thing you're looking for is a young kid, sophomore, going out there making a big run. Again, not in the best situation you want, but it's something, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm not going to look at anything else. I'm just hoping for the best. I'm looking at the young.
You're not going to look at anything else. So you mean you're not going to get wrapped up in the first two quarters and get a little riled up like I did?
Yeah, hey, look, the one thing I do, I know you do coach too, so I'm not taking that away. But, as one of my coaching philosophies, I guess, and something, you got to look at it. When times are rough, you can sit there and you can give up. You can pout and you can look at it all negatively and this sucks and that. But at the same time, I mean, the game is still going to be played. We have a half. You're not just going to give up. So, I mean, hey, like I said, you just got to do with what you got. And at this time, you got to take the positives away, and you got to look at options on the field. Hey, bud. And you got to look at your options on the field and get these young guys some much-needed repetitions. I mean, practice is one thing, but let's be honest, this new district is nothing to joke about. And there's good teams. There's good players. And getting these young guys exposed now is, quite honestly, not the worst thing in the world. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I need some some motivation for this second half. I mean, the Bullfrogs have put 14 points on the board, and one of those scores was a result after an interception that Mark Fulkerson caught in the end zone. And then Bullfrogs went and then took it the distance of the field and scored. So we know it's there. We know it's possible. The Bullfrogs can do it. And we want to see them do it a whole lot this half. We're hoping. They went into halftime all warm and running. Like you said earlier, the temperature's dropping. Everybody has to go out, come out, and get warmed up.
Yeah, I feel
again.
I'm starting to feel it. It's a little chilly out now. I was right when the sun did drop. Temperature did drop as well. But we're looking at the clock, 6:50 until this second half.
Yeah, I need a little motivation. I need a little motivation here, so we're going to listen to a little motivation right quick.
I don't know if I see the album. Is that?
Everyone has been an underdog. Streams all the way back to Little League.
There you go.
When you were a toddler, people will look past you and believe that you didn't have what it takes.
I need this right now.
What do you want to do?
I need this
to prove them wrong.
I need to get turned up, ready to go.
How are you going to go about that?
This guy talking right now, this is William King Hollis, a great guy.
The underdog.
One of the guys that came out and spoke to the Bullfrogs.
Sees you coming.
The Bullfrogs right now are very much the underdog.
Struggle of getting people to believe that if they put you in, you won't let them down.
Yes, that's what I need right now. I could play his motivational videos all night long through this game and just get you hyped up and ready to go. The Bullfrogs, they're going to come out. You're going to see something different We always see something different from the Bullfrogs in the second half, and that's a good thing. No matter if they're winning by a lot or little, or if they're losing by a lot or little, you're going to see a team come out adjusted and ready to go. Now the question is, what are you going to see from Decatur? Decatur went full tilt the first two quarters.
Yep.
The Bullfrogs, you didn't really see them go full tilt either one of the first two quarters. You saw them get to what looked to me like about 80%, 85% of what they're capable of. That other 15% you're going to see come out hard charging early on in the second quarter. So you're going to see it happen, and they're to come out and get after it quick. There's no doubt they have to have an answer for number 11. They have to have an answer for him, for sure.
Mark, he had some good plays. I mean, he did have the pick while covering him. He's done a solid job, but, it's tough to ask a kid to go out there and compete, the way he does offensively. And I know him. It's hard to tell that kid to slow down, and he won't. I mean, that's a great thing. So, I mean, he's on offense. He's going to give you 150%, and I know on defense he's going to do the same. And, on defense, that's not an easy task when you're going up against possibly the best wide receiver in the district. I mean, to go out there and play your best game on offense and then go cover the number one guy, it's no easy task. So, we'll see how they come up with a strategy to at least slow Juarez down, as well as just create some offense. And, I mean, they've had big plays. They've had some opportunities. It's being able to string those together and have consistency.
Yeah, that's definitely what the Bullfrogs need this second half. Is they need consistency and they need execution. I mean, that's they got to come out and be 100% on their game this second half. I truly believe if they're 100% on their game this second half, they'll be able to catch Decatur off, be able to catch them off a little bit. And I think you're going to continue to see that matchup with Mark Fulkerson, that changeup they had, putting him one-on-one with number 11. I imagine you're going to see that the whole rest of the game, as that seemed like that's been a good matchup.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Since Mark Fulkerson's been on him, he's only caught one or two of those screens, but have been pressed on those screens, and the Bullfrogs that come out and continue to attack those. And I think, like Josh had mentioned earlier, the fact that you can kind of tell that the defensive line and maybe the defensive linebackers kind of are trying to ball watch and watch the play and not really pursuing, you're going to see a little bit of that change, I think. But when they change, what that does, that opens for the away side has to be disciplined and stay at home, because that quarterback will start running the ball even more. Yes. He will start running the ball even more than what he has in the past. And so you're going to see this. No, you're good. You can sit right there. You're going to see this continue to happen more and more moving on in the second half. And we're going to keep talking over it so Facebook doesn't shut our feed down.
There you go. Yeah,
that's probably why they shut me down a while ago again. It's kind of frustrating because, it's an open live event. It's not like I'm trying to make money at all off of anything, but, it's Facebook. YouTube has not done anything. YouTube is the steady horse. That's that old 16-year-old stud or 16-year-old gelding that you got that, kids can walk underneath. That's YouTube.
There you go. Hey, it's been around for a minute. So, but yeah, guys, we got about minute 15 left until second half is underway. Bullfrogs just exited from under their float. They'll be coming out to the field, and they will be receiving here to start the second half. And you're just hoping for some positives here, especially on this first drive of the game.
Did you just say float?
Blow out, yeah.
Run through tunnel, maybe?
Hey.
When it's off the trailer, it's the run through tunnel, right?
Hey, listen. I'm from the Northeast. I'm the Northeast kid, all right? I might have a little bit of different terminology than y'all Texans. But see, I say y'all. At least I got a y'all in here, all right?
You know what?
Give me some slack.
Northerners say things about us saying y'all, but every Northerner I know, they say
What?
y'all.
Well, yo, hey, listen, actually, that's not true. And if any of my family's watching up in the Northeast right now, and it's not a great term, we don't say y'all. You know what?
You guys?
No, it's yous.
Yous.
I don't know why we
Yous guys?
We make the word you plural. Yeah, yous guys. Hey, yous guys over there. Like, yeah.
Hey, yo, Bobby, yous
Yeah,
guys over there.
Exactly. Hey, you have a perfect name for the North. Hey, yous guys, Joey. Hey, Joey. Hey.
Yeah, everybody. That's what everybody says. My wife. We're big fans of the show, Friends, and so Joey is on there. Yeah, forget about it.
There you go. Yeah,
How you doing? My wife. It's kind of funny thing. But anyways, back to the real thing here. We're getting ready to kick this thing off. The Bullfrogs deferred to the second half, so right now Decatur Eagles getting ready to kick it off. Let's see what happens to get this thing going. We're top of the top right now of the second half. Kick is up, and it's a deep one. Goes back to about the 10-yard line, fielded by Demarion Pulte. He's taking a look at the field. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down. And looks like they're going to it looks like they continue just to walk that one back and didn't give him any forward progress. That's par for the course. Oh, yeah, I might want to change that for you guys.
I got you.
I got right into it. Don't worry, you guys that were looking online, you didn't miss anything on the kickoff. Demarion Pulte got brought down right where he was at. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bullfrogs from their own 18-yard line.
Single receiver. Oh, it looks like actually, my mistake, we got Demarion Pulte in the slot. Roscoe way out right and Fulkerson on the right side. And Caleb taking a shot to Fulkerson and off his fingertips. Great attempt there on first down, just barely inches out of reach for Mark Fulkerson.
Man, and that was a strike they needed to get this thing started. But hey, you're guaranteed they'll come back to it because Mark had him beat every last bit. Took the inside and took that inside post. And Caleb could see that he was wide open.
And Damian Moore going on that wheel route again, but they're going to fire that one into the slot, and I believe that's Demarion Pulte coming down with a catch, and that's about a 12-yard gain there, so that's good enough for a first down.
Yeah, great eye by Caleb Welch, seeing that on the inside.
And so now the Bullfrogs making a little bit of a march as Mark Fulkerson lined up on our near side in his bright cleats you can see here from the camera. Pulte in the slot. Roscoe out left. Or actually, I believe that is Isaiah Hall. As now Welch drops back. He's got plenty of time. He fires on the run, and he's found his man. And so another solid gain here is Lake Worth coming out of half and moving those chains. I believe that is number 13, Nathan Orozco on the catch.
Great job by Caleb, and especially by that offensive line. They gave him time. He felt a little pressure from the right. He shifted and moved his weight to the left, squared his shoulders up. Orozco worked around out of his route to an open space, and Caleb found him, connected. Great job.
And here we go again. 2 in the backfield this time for Caleb. He fakes the handoff, play action, and a man on him, and he's going to be brought down behind the line here.
And that right there was just a poor job from the block from the backs in the backfield. This guy basically ran through and dodged both blockers. And I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's because it didn't look bad why there was no horse collar on that because he came right in the top of the collar of Caleb Welch. But you never know with these referees what's going to be called tonight. Here we go.
Caleb with the screenplay. That's Demarion Pulte. He catches it, runs into a lineman, one of his own there, and he's going to be brought down about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. So this is going to bring up 3rd down and about 22 yards.
The last 2 plays are the definition of shooting yourself in the foot. Great plays, great drawn-up plays. They were open in there. Lineman, not sure why he was waiting for Demarion to catch the ball. Just go out and make your block. But, ended up with, no gain there, and we're sitting at 3rd and 20.
2 in the backfield for Caleb. He throws the quick out to Orozco. He's going to pick up about 6 or 7 on the play, about 6, but that's well short of the first down, and Lake Worth going to bring out the punt team.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for a number of reasons and for a number of people. It's got to be frustrating for Caleb just barely missing mark on that first opening big play, and then it's got to be frustrating too for the coaches drawing up what seems to be the right plays and the guy just not being in the right position for it. It's a tough one, but it's just a little more than 3 and out here for the Bullfrogs. Polito kicks the ball. Looks like it goes out of bounds. Let's see what they call it over there. They're going to call it out of bounds. He's walking it up. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So, looks like it ends up only being about a 19-yard kick. So, the Eagles will get the ball starting off on their own 46-yard line, and the Bullfrog defense is going to have to take another go at it here.
This is a very familiar formation we've seen from Decatur. Trips out to the left, solo receiver outright as Carroll takes the play action. They got a guy over the middle of the field, and that's good for a first down and plenty more. But, yes, the ball is loose. And are they – let's see what the call is on the field. Did they mark him down? Did they give him the fumble? As Decatur.
Oh, that's horrible. It's the same thing all over again. The referee on that side, like with the cringing look, like, I'm going to call this. He was down. That was, just another one of those calls that's just.
All right, and a quick screenplay to who else but Juarez out on the right side of the field, number 11. Another catch on the play and a gain of about 9.
Yeah, it's tough not to be hard and be frustrated with the referees tonight. Just for just from my point of view, it's tough. They're going with a hurry up offense to RPO, fake the run, and goes over the middle, and he's in for the score. And just like that, the Decatur Eagles put another one on the board.
So those RPOs and those screenplays for Decatur tonight have been run to near perfection at this point. As the lineup to kick the extra point. The kick is up, and Fulkerson almost got there, but that's going to go up and in. And yes, that is, if you guys can see at home, that is Caitlin Cheney. She is a girl from Decatur, and she's out here, and she's been kicking the extra points for Decatur and has not missed a kick tonight.
I think the proper pronoun is female.
Hey.
Well, the guy came over and said that. I never know, when you get in that situation, the guy came over and say, we have a female on our team. I was like, well, that's great. That's great. But sometimes we call it, like, do you say girl, boy, male, female, woman, man. So is a top soccer player, all-district soccer player, phenomenal soccer player that came out this year and tried out for the football team and made it. She's not the number one kicker, but she's right there close and definitely gets her chance. She's now 7 for 7 on the season for PATs. She's gotten a chance to kick those. So it says a lot. It spreads out her resume. Her dad is actually the head softball coach for Decatur. And so I imagine she's grown up around coaches and a lot of hard coaching her whole life. So there's no doubt that she fits right on the football team.
And the kick is up, and it's a deep one. I believe that's Damian Moore starting out at about the 5-yard line. He's trying to find a seam here. And he gets out somehow, some way. Oh, man, he looked to be stopped at about the 17 or so yard line and comes up with about 20 more yards. Just appeared. It was like a magic trick, a smoke show.
It seriously did. I thought, okay. He had a nice little 12-yard run. No, that 12-yard run looked like it turned into, looks like about a 35-yard return.
That reminded me almost like Darren Sproles or something on
Yeah,
the return.
seriously.
Just a small guy, kind of getting lost in the pile, finding a little bit of space, and boom, out of nowhere, pops out and gets a couple more, or more than that, 20 yards or so, as Lake Worth pitching the ball back to him. Spinning around is Damian trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He does.
The flag comes in. Sorry, I jumped over
No, you're good. I
saw it right there. It's that they're going to throw a flag for head-to-head contact. This is going to be let's see what they end up calling it. They could end up calling this targeting, but we'll see. Josh, what did you see on that?
Right now they're coming together because that's one of those ones you want to get right. Because if you have a 9-1-3 targeting foul, you want to be really careful with it. You want to make sure, is it a targeting foul or is it a flagrant targeting foul? Because, a targeting foul does not get a player ejected. A flagrant targeting foul gets a player ejected. And so he called the personal foul, non-flagrant targeting.
Yeah, and I think Coach Welch, I see a smile on his face, but I don't think it's a friendly smile on his face. I think it's okay, we'll take that, what you give us. Because you could definitely see, and you could definitely see the concern for it as the player was hit using the top of the crown of the helmet just as he was hitting the ground.
Now Caleb drops back and hands it off to Cam Kimball, trying to fight to the outside for anything, and picks up about 2 yards on the play. And it looks hat was thrown.
Yeah.
Did he lose his flag?
I guess he couldn't find his flag, but he threw his – nope. Maybe he just threw it off. He was hot out there. I guess. I mean, it looked like he threw it. And I was like, okay. I think what he was trying to do was trying to mark the forward progress. He didn't have his beanbag maybe. I don't know. Because they did give Cam about a yard on that play.
And now here we go again. So a single receiver out wide, right and left. And the handoff back to Cam Kimball. He's got some space. He's trying to bounce it outside. He's going to get a gain of about 4 yards on the play and bring out third and about 5 yards to go.
And 3rd and 5 is not a bad place to be, right? 3rd and 5 at most is where you want to be at on 3rd down. And so the Bullfrogs have gotten in that minimum of what you want for a 3rd down. And so here they go trying to convert.
And Caleb takes a snap, hands it back off to Cam, trying to find a way through the line. Not going to be good enough for the 1st down. I think it's a pickup. They're going to spot him a 1 yard gain. So that's going to bring up 4th down and about 4 yards.
And it's 14. And it's 4th down territory for the Bullfrogs. Down by this much, you're not going to see them probably punt it all unless they're on their side of the 50. So here we go. Let's see what they can draw up.
Caleb drops back. He fakes the handoff. Throws it up for Mark Fulkerson. He comes down with it, and he's into the end zone. So on 4th down and 4, Mark Fulkerson, they take a shot downfield, catches it, and he's in.
There's no mustard on the lettuce. We don't need any mustard on the lettuce. So it's a great job by the Bullfrogs. They needed that right there.
It's a good play call right there. They've been running the ball, expecting maybe a short pass, just trying to pick up the 1st down, but instead taking a shot downfield is Caleb Welch and finds his man, Mark Fulkerson. And here we go with the extra point attempt. Snap is good, and ball is up. Add an extra point there, and Bullfrogs now 3 touchdowns. So a little bit of life, 63-21, Bullfrogs trail.
Yeah, everybody looks at a score like this, and they think, like, man, what a game. Like, man, just turn it off. Let's go home. Everybody has to understand, regardless of what that score is, there's still a lot of football to be had and a lot of football to be learned in this night, no matter what the score is. No matter if Lake Worth was on the 63 end of this or not, there's still a lot to do, a lot to be done here at Kittrell Memorial Stadium. The Bullfrogs, it's never over, and that's the mentality they crawled out of over the last 2 years that Coach Welch and staff have helped build around here, is a mentality of don't even look at the scoreboard. Just go out and execute, do your job, and the wins and losses will take care of themselves. And that's a great mentality that's been just become the fabric of this community and of this sports program, of especially of football. And, the Bullfrogs need to score 42 more points to get back in this thing. Could it happen? Sure. Is it a long shot? Sure. But what are the Bullfrogs worried about right now? They're not worried about that. They're worried about kicking this ball off, get down here on defense, try to do what they always do, try to make turnovers, and try to keep playing football. And here we go. The Bullfrogs line up when they're 40 at kickoff. It's a pooch kick up, and it's going to come down. Oh, and it goes out of bounds. And in good fashion, there's lots of mustard on the lettuce. Every referee in the sidelines now, they throw their flag on that. But so the ball goes out. They're going to be kind and generous and put it on the 31, and then it's going to be add the penalty to it. So it'll start out on the 36-yard line of the Eagles, for the Eagles. 6 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Bullfrogs down 21-63.
All right, here we go. So here we go. The trips out wide to the right, single receiver on our left side of the field, our near side. Is the snap, the handoff, trying to bounce this one outside. The Frogs there, and a great tackle. I believe that was Junior Sessions. And there, that was a good read. Of course, that read option has been deadly for Decatur. What a good read there by Junior Sessions following his man. And here comes the screen play at a 13, but he drops the ball. I'm going to say this one is incomplete. Junior Sessions scoops that one up, hoping it was a backwards pass.
Oh, yeah. That's always the thing about throwing those screen plays or hitches. It's always to make sure, the receiver always makes sure that it's a forward pass so that happens. And Junior and company brought the footsteps from that last one, so it looked like they were a little nervous to see what happens here.
And a man in motion and a flag on the play. So that is my assumption, as Josh in my ear too, but a false start. And I'm going to trust the guy next to me.
Sorry.
No, in the best way possible. If I say it and you say it, that means I'm probably along the right track. Of course, the referee, Josh Wilcoxon, giving us the insight.
The inside scoop.
The mind of the ref.
Here we go. Can the Bullfrogs do it?
All right, so dropping back and a screenplay, but that was Craig Williams draped on that one, sniffed that one out, and that's going to bring up
first fourth down of the day.
It's going to be fourth and about 16 yards.
Decatur's going to punt, and Junior Sessions is going to go back deep for the return. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. We know that the Decatur punter can punt that puppy, so we're going to see what happens.
All right. So 5:30 left in the third quarter. Decatur to punt. The snap is a good one. Ball is up. It's a low kick. And returning this one is going to be Junior Sessions. He's got a couple men in front of him. He's going to break free a little bit. Finds a seam, and he's going to tiptoe his way down the sideline. And a little bit of extracurriculars over there on the Decatur sideline, but a good return here from Junior Sessions.
Yeah, it looks like the return was looked like it. Let's see where he marks it at. We're gonna say it's probably about a 22, 23-yard return for Junior Session. Great job. I mean, early in the season he was slow to catch the punt and let a lot of them go, and was finally told, son, just get out there, just play football, enjoy it, have fun with it, and return the ball. And he's done that ever since, and is averaging roughly about 25 yards a return.
And here's an empty set from Lake Worth. Not seen too much as Caleb now approaches the line, makes the call, waits his snap. And here we go. Caleb drops back, got plenty of time, makes the throw downfield. It's Mark Fulkerson. And in between about four Decatur players, almost came down with that one as Caleb Welch found a way to sneak that one in. And Mark Fulkerson attempts to catch that one, but the defense all on his back. Close one there.
Yeah, it's a great job. Way to really put it in there by Caleb. I mean, just fitting the ball in there, parking that Cadillac. Just so happened to be that he couldn't come down with it.
And here we go. So Caleb takes the snap, drops back. Gotts trying to step up. He had some time there for a second, but the coverage was there. And that'll lead to a sack and 3rd down and about 16 yards to go.
Yeah, and the Bullfrogs here, it's another, put themselves now in a long 3rd down and long situation. So we'll see what they can dig out here.
Caleb hands the ball off, and that's Damian Moore with the football and a solid gain as he's going to get past the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and so they're going to go for it on 4th down here. There's no doubt, as they're in the same position they were last time, almost 1 yard off. The last time we went for 4th down, and they hit Mark Fulkerson for a touchdown. So it looks like Demarion Pulte is all alone, tight man coverage on the top side. Let's see if he can get outside of there.
And Caleb throws it. He's got Mark Fulkerson. He does have the 1st down. So on 4th down and long, Caleb Welch throws a dime to number 5, Mark Fulkerson.
It was a great job. It was a great job getting open. Great job getting there at the backside. It was, I think Caleb read that. Demarion Pulte on the backside was locked up man coverage and just used that out there as a little bit of a decoy. Came back to Mark, and their 1st down once again from the Eagle 25-yard line.
And Caleb rolling out to his right. And the intended receiver, or the intended target, I should say, would have been Demarion Pulte, but he was not there. Defense draped on him, about 4 Decatur players in the vicinity, and then just goes ahead and Caleb tosses that out of bounds.
Yeah, that's just a mature quarterback knowing what to do, and he's already taken enough shots tonight as it is, trying to stay in the pocket long enough, and that rollout, it just wasn't there, and there was nobody able to get open. So it's a good job throwing the ball away.
And a nice piece, a nice little dot in between the defense.
Wow, I can't say enough about Caleb. Caleb comes out and was supposed to fully roll out to the left. They brought the heat off the left-hand edge. 2 defenders coming right up. Caleb just did this little shuffle to the left, almost like a shortstop would kind of throw the ball.
Two.
Yeah, like turn and 2. He turned 2 right to Damian Moore, and great job for another 1st down.
All right, here come the Frogs approaching that goal line, but they go to run it here, and he's stuffed. I believe that was Damian Moore, stuffed at the line, or it looks like a yard behind it, as the Frogs now in the red zone.
Yeah.
Looking to convert something.
I just like to continue to see this more of the same. Not that running play, but more of the same of everything else. That's what I'd like to see as they get closer here. But, as you get closer to the end zone, you start to lose the depth of the field. And so, where that plays into fact, you got to run a run play in there to make sure that you're keeping all the defenders honest. And if they're not being honest, then you just run right by them.
And now Caleb evades one defender and is just going to throw this one out of bounds, evading the sack and not trying to do too much with it as the coverage was there. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 13 yards to go.
That's a great job by Caleb. He's spinning out of one, trying to square his shoulders back up, and I know he was frustrated not being able to set and plant his feet to be able to hit another receiver that he had open down the field, and just had to throw it away because there was, to get on to the next down. There was just no way out of that.
And so now this is a 3rd down and 13 yards or 12 yards to go. And a man in motion, that's Mark Fulkerson. Now we have trips to the right. Mark rolling out, and that's actually going to be targeted, I believe that is Isaiah Hall. That's a short pass, so that's going to bring up 4th down after a gain of about 1.
It looks like they have a long 11. It's almost a 12 yards to go. If they
they're going to go, yeah, they're going to give Polito a chance.
cookout. Some of the parents put money together. We had a cookout for the players up here at the field. It was just myself and another parent for a little while, and then it was just me with a number of the boys. And I just brought them out here and let them play on the field as their playground. And Polito was out here, kicking them 40, 45 yards. So we're going to see it right here.
And the snap is a little bit high, and it's
There was just a little bit of a bad snap. It was a little high. Caleb had to stand up before he could get the ball, and by the time he came down to it, there was defenders were already there. So it's a little tough on that one, but the Bullfrogs trying something, trying to get some work, doing a couple other things. That's what it's all about. You don't ever get this same game time pressure, game time situation in practice, so it's a good thing they're doing here. Ball's on the ground. I know I'm just all casual about that. Ball's on the ground. They have a backup quarterback in the game.
I believe, is that number 16? So that would be, number 16 is Reed Terrell, 5'10 senior. Getting some reps tonight at quarterback. As Howell will take his seat, looks like for the remainder of this game, unless, of course, Lake Worth would make a comeback here, then you probably expect to see the starter back in there. But right now, Reed will take over at the helm for Decatur. And he's got that trips lined out to his right. And he's looking to his left. He's going to take a shot. It's a wobbly ball. It's a sit and duck. But going up and getting that one is Decatur, as number 83 comes down with the jump ball. That's Hunter Smith, a 6'5 sophomore.
Yeah, number 83.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's lined up on the 50, and then from my angle is still taller than everybody else in the field.
Yeah,
except number 78, that lineman on this end, he's pretty big, that tight end, pretty big kid.
I guess they're looking to just isolate him on that outside and just kind of. Yeah. I mean, man, they lined him up and they just wanted to take a shot, as now Decatur just awaiting the end of the third quarter, as they'll flip sides right now, switch it on over as we enter the fourth, as Lake Worth trails 63-21 to the Decatur Eagles.
Well, it looks like the Decatur Eagles have resulted into going into some of their number 2 players in certain positions, and I'd like to see that the Bullfrogs capitalize on that in this fourth quarter. I'd definitely like to see them capitalize and put some more points on the board. I mean, it's there. There's been a couple of misplays, missed passes, just not by much. Out to mark. You would have loved to have seen caught, because we know they would have resulted into big plays for the Bullfrogs. So we'd like to just see them continue to fight, strive forward, continue to get looks, continue to execute. I mean, in a game like this, some people think it's long. It's not any longer for us than it is for those boys out there on the field, having to continue to fight with this. So here we go. See what the Eagles got. See what the Bullfrogs got here.
And a handoff. No, it's a RPO. That's good coverage downfield. It's Isaiah Hall. Yes, it is Isaiah Hall on the play. And that will bring up second down and 10, as Decatur is on Lake Worth's 49-yard line. And they line up here. The left hash, a high snap and a quick throw out to the sideline. And that's number 83, I believe, as well, in the wide receiver screen, just fighting. I believe that, yes, that is, as I can hear on the PA, that is number 83, Hunter Smith, on the screen.
Yep.
Third down at about 2 yards to go, as Lake Worth sitting low, no safety over the top as of now. And man coverage, it looks like. We'll see what they do here. We're just waiting. as Decatur's just taking their time now with the play clock. Another high snap and a handoff here, and Lake Worth is on it. And they're gonna blow the whistle here. And we'll see where they spot him, but I don't believe he got past the line of scrimmage. If anything, maybe one.
So there's a flag on the play, maybe? No, no, it wasn't. Take that back. Referees have signals they do on the field out there. And sometimes looks like there's a flag. They're going to call false start, but it wasn't a flag. Josh, what is that symbol that looks like false start? They're doing this right here.
4th down fumble rule. To let you know that a fumble cannot cause a first down.
Okay.
It's making you be aware of where the sticks are and possession. You can't fumble it forward past the first down and recover it and get a first down.
And sorry, that was a
Coming
great play.
Yeah, coming in big for a 4th down stop. You had Junior Session and Michael Ramirez, along with a number of other Bullfrogs, that help attack that screen play out, or that hitch play out to the left-hand side. And so the Bullfrogs got a turnover there. That's something to be marked up on the board. Another turnover. There we go.
There we go, boys.
You know, that's one thing about this Bullfrog team. You know, if you look at their stats on the season, the defense, for the most part, has been a turnover machine up until even through the last couple of games. And they have 2 so far this game, just from the defensive side alone.
And the snap, I believe that was a little bit of wildcat back there.
Yeah, Caleb's not there.
I believe that was Damian Moore with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Took a second. I didn't. You know, I'm so used to just assuming Caleb Welch back there taking the snaps, but a little wildcat for the Bullfrogs. That's actually going to be no gain on the play, so bring up 2nd and 10. And now Caleb's in.
Yeah, he's back in. Let's see what we can draw up here.
And he's going to go check to the line, let him know.
As he sees those linebackers drop down, the middle of the field becomes an available spot.
And there goes Damian in motion. Caleb's got time. He's going to take a shot. That's Damian Moore, and juggling it. Had 2 chances to bring that one down.
I don't know if it was 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man, what a great job with a back shoulder fade. I mean, Caleb Welch just absolutely put that on the spot. And Damian, it was just, he wants that back so bad because it was just right there. You know, it's one of those things just right there. What a great job. I mean, when Caleb let that go, Damian was 15, 20 yards away from where the ball was going to be at. And that just tells you the timing that they have together in that passing. What a great job. Unfortunately, it was a drop.
And now Twins formation. Caleb drops back. He's got some time. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to take a shot downfield. It's Nathan Orozco, and just out of reach as he went for one hand, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Bullfrogs.
Yeah, Nathan Orozco, I don't know if you knew the ball was being thrown to him. He wasn't even looking at the ball. And so, you know, you hate to see that sometimes because it looked like he was in position to make a catch. But at the same time, you didn't. Didn't make an effort for it. Didn't see it. So
4th down and 10. Caleb drops back, and man, Mark Fulkerson. I didn't see any contact. I was watching Fulkerson or watching Welch in the backfield, but it looked like Mark had slipped as there's no flag on the play. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Mark was doing it looked like he was doing a deep out route to get past the sticks, and when he planted whatever contact was there, somehow he ended up on the turf. And so the Bullfrog defense starts back out exactly where they left off a second ago with that stop. So stand tall, just keep pushing forward. See what happens.
And here comes Decatur. 3 out to the right. Lake Worth with a solid line across the field. And a run to the outside to the left and got some space. One man to beat. He's wrapped up. The Frogs are there, but after the first down, but a flag on the play as well.
That flag that's on the play, they're gonna call it because he picked the guy up to try to slam him. It looks like. No, we got a block in the back. What was that called, Josh?
It was a block in the back. Block in the back. Block in the back on the white.
Okay, and so is that a spot foul? And mark it off back 10?
No, it'll be spot foul from wherever he got it at back 10.
Okay, so basically it might put them inside the sticks. So if he got it right there, if they don't move, it might end up being inside the sticks just a little.
I forgot.
I just want to go ahead and zoom out there out of respect for the players on the field. But, yeah, like we just heard, so we'll see where they spot the ball after they – we'll see here. It looks like they're going to figure this out. It looks like it is going to go back in between the sticks here, so a little bit of a break for Lake Worth.
Yeah, just a little rough up there, one of the players. And as the player goes off, there's a substitution. That's always an opportunity for another player to step up and show a little bit of something extra.
And now we're just waiting. So it looks like the Frogs definitely now in that man defense. You see the secondary and linebacking core just almost blending into one across the back of the D line, about 5 yards depth. As now the run to the left and trying to find some room to the outside was number 30 for Decatur. It's going to be marked down. It looks like they're going to mark him down right back at the line of scrimmage. So second down, of course, because of the foul, they did mark the ball from the spot of the foul back 10. So it's going to be second down about 4 yards.
So they marked it back and replay that down again?
Because he gained the first down. Here we go.
Okay.
And now another handoff. Number 30 trying to get outside, and Lake Worth, the ball's on the ground. Wait. I just was surprised that even though he may have called it down, that ball was just rolling and nobody seemed to take notice. But again, Josh is by my side. Let me know. That one thing is
big play there by Brian Neal. He's the one that calls that made that tackle and that loss. The Bullfrogs really to stand up here and see if they can get to fourth down. We already see that the Eagles are not going to they're not going to punt. They didn't punt last time, so this is definitely going to be a 4-down situation for them as well.
Another run trying to bounce this one outside, but Junior Sessions sealing that edge. That's going to be a loss of yardage on the play. So third down now turning into fourth. And that's going to be about 5 yards or 6 yards for Decatur to go. And they are keeping their offense on the field.
Yep. And just the same thing they did last time. They are actually only 3 yards progressed from the last time the Bullfrogs stood tall and forced them to turn it over on fourth down. So let's see if the Bullfrogs can stand up here again.
There we go. And number 30 in motion, the running back, in a screen play, and the defense there, and the push from the extra defender is going to bring them down. And so that's going to be a turnover on downs as the Bullfrogs stopping that screen this time. That's good defensive play there.
Yeah, that's a great job by the Bullfrogs. That's the second back-to-back. I don't care who's in the game, if it's second string or whoever it is, getting a stop for 4 straight downs, which ended up being about 5 or 6 there. That's a big deal. It's another stop for the Bullfrog defense.
And here come the Frogs and play action. Oh no, it was handed off, but it was fumbled. I guess I didn't see the ball. It was a little bit behind him. That was Damian Moore.
Yeah, he had the ball, and I don't know if he just didn't squeeze on it. And when I was looking through the binoculars, he had it in there, and all of a sudden it just popped out, you know. Sophomore, young kid, you know, it's one of those things. It can happen. You know, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to a seasoned kid. So at least he picked it back up and tried to keep going with it. Unfortunately, it was about a 5 to 6 yard loss. So Bullfrogs backed up, second 16.
Caleb dropping back, and it's a screen play. And that's Demarion Pulte with some room. He's running down the sideline. He gets tripped up, but he does have the first down. And we'll see where they spot him. It looks like at the 45 on the Decatur 45.
Yeah, about a 23-yard run for Demarion Pulte. Great job just using his speed, not trying to do anything fancy, just using his speed and moving quick.
The hurry-up offense here from Lake Worth trips right. Single receiver Demarion Pulte out on our left on the near side of the field. Damian Moore in the backfield. It's Caleb. Takes the snap. He looks out right. He's going to take a shot to Mark Fulkerson. He comes down with the ball. And that's good enough for the first down.
Yep, and he got him. And defender got lucky on that one as he reached and grabbed had Mark's collar but let go of it and then just pulled on the jersey. That could have been a lot uglier than what it was. So great play by Fulkerson. Great throw by Welch.
And here comes the trips out to the left. So on the right hash, the Frogs, Demarion Pulte once again outright single receiver. Caleb checking to the sideline. Steps back into shotgun. As now Damian Moore switches up to the left side. And taking a shot downfield to Demarion Pulte, and he's got it. Oh! What is the... Let's see, we don't have a call on the play yet. They're going to call it incomplete pass. Interesting. It looked like he may have had possession. Hard to tell from up here. But he crossed the plane. They're going to rule that he did not have control is my assumption here. And that, because even if he lost the ball, once he crosses the plane, it does not matter. That is a touchdown, but they're going to rule that incomplete. Could not have been a fumble. As now we're going to go again on 2nd down and 10. And now trips out to our left. And Caleb rolling out. Looking to fire down to Mark. He's got Mark. Mark's got the first down once again.
Yeah, he's just picking these guys apart now. The thing about it is those guys on defense, there's still a lot of the first teamers on defense, so those guys are having to go a little bit of the distance. But Caleb just picking them apart here on this drive.
Now with the trips out to the right. And Caleb in shotgun. Damian on his right. And now on his left. Takes a snap as Caleb. He's looking to his left. He's got Demarion Pulte. And there was some contact there. They're not going to call it. Looked like but when the ball was in the air, he didn't make contact with the defender. I guess it wasn't enough for the call, but coverage was there. As now that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, see what we got here. Bullfrogs get a score.
And Caleb going up, so they're sticking to this no huddle. And Damian Moore still in the backfield with him, and still sticking to this trips formation. And rolling out to the right, Caleb, he's got a man, and who else but Mark Fulkerson with another catch, and he's down to the 5-yard line as it'll be 1st and goal for the Frogs.
Yeah, way to sit down in there. That's a nice little read play there. Mark to find the open spot. Caleb got to him in a hurry. It was a nice throw and catch.
And now the empty set for Lake Worth. And Caleb's back. He's firing out. Is Damian Moore trying to spin to the outside? Not enough. He's going to be brought down after a gain of about 2 yards on the play. Maybe 3, actually. I think they're going to spot him at the 2-yard line.
Great job. What awareness by this sophomore to catch that ball and spin to the outside to try to get out of the hands. Unfortunately, he's a little bit of a smaller guy, so that DB just had him in the grasp and didn't let go.
And Caleb Welch with a quarterback keeper, and the signal is touchdown. So Caleb Welch, that's one thing that I do give Lake Worth a lot of props for. That QB sneak, it doesn't matter if it's 1 yard, 3 yards, they're going to get pushed from that offensive line, and they get into the end zone here. And so that'll put more points back on the board for the Frogs, as it's pending a extra point, currently 27-63. And that is definitely something you do want to see, though. Again, not the most beautiful game here tonight for Lake Worth, but at the same time, second half, a lot more productive offensively, defensively, have been able to sniff out those screen plays a little bit more, those read options.
Yeah, the Bullfrogs have really, they've really fought hard just to continue to play. When you get down early on and have a first half like you have, it's hard to continue to play and continue to want to play through this game. It just honestly is. I mean, anybody that's ever been on that end of the stick, it's tough. But like I said earlier, it's the fabric that has been woven in here at Lake Worth over the last couple of years. It's just changed. The boys are not done. They're not going to finish. They're not going to stop playing. They're going to keep going. And if any team that is got the upper hand on them wants to sub in guys, well, it don't matter. Lake Worth's not going to sub out guys. Lake Worth's going to keep playing their number ones, whether they're winning 63-27 or they're losing 63-27.
And I want to give a quick shout out. I think I got a couple of my 7th grade Collins middle schoolers up in the chat, and no, Chris McMullen is definitely not. He's a little above y'all's age, guys. He's not one of your classmates there at Collins, but I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Hopefully you guys are in here learning something tonight. Watching how these guys still continue to play hard. Of course, you hope to win every game. That's obviously your goal, but just like life, you're going to have some down moments, and it's about how you learn in these moments. So credit to this Lake Worth Bullfrogs football team here tonight. And, of course, not the result we want to see, but this Bullfrog team is fighting hard, putting up points here in the second half and just continuing to play some good football. So, you don't ever want to see your team give up 60-plus points, but at the same time, this is reps for a young team in a tough district. Of course, this year, Lake Worth, first time in this district.
Yeah, Josh, what was that call on the field?
That personal foul, he's going to call roughing the kicker.
So roughing the kicker, so we're looking down and trying to see what the call, what they're going to do down there. So they did call the roughing the kicker, and they're going to set, or they declined it, so the field goal is good. And so Bullfrogs are up. Bullfrogs are down. They're up one more score for their side of the scoreboard.
Hey,
but they're trailing 28-63. And Josh, tell us a little more about it. Should that have been added on to the kickoff?
I'm very confused why he was not given that, because since that is after the fact of the field goal being made, he should have had the right to assess that onto the kickoff. And by the look of the white hat, it looks like he told him you can take the half the distance to the goal and redo your try, but he did not give him the option for it to be on the kickoff, which is not right. That is not the proper reading of the code or the rule.
That's why we got you here. See? I hadn't just been complaining.
I have no comment. As a coach, I'm not going to comment on referees ever. It's not my place.
Oh,
so
I love it.
that's why I like when Josh is here, so I don't have to say anything.
Well, a lot of these referees end up reffing for my youth league, so.
And it looks like an onside kick. Oh, man. An opportunity there for the Bullfrogs. They go for the onside kick. Hits off a couple Decatur players, a chance for the Bullfrogs to recover. And ultimately, after bouncing around, 2 Decatur players were there, and they ultimately pick up the ball. And Decatur will take over.
We're seeing what's taking. Oh, there's a flag on the play. They're saying offsides on Lake Worth. Of course. Of course.
No comment.
He said, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
In the words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
You know our brother Devin that plays basketball in Minnesota,
Yeah.
that's all he ever says. We do a group family call on Sundays. It's like, Dad, what's going on? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right, here we go as Decatur takes over. And they're running the ball here to the left side of the field. The Bullfrog Army is there. And the whistle, they're going to mark him down at about a 2-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
The Bullfrogs still just trying to push forward, trying to keep going on.
And yeah, shout out James, shouting out the Bullfrog Marching Band on their first performance for their full band at halftime. So big shout out to Lake Worth Band tonight. They did a great job at halftime. So appreciate you tuning in and watching them. And yeah, here we are. So as the Decatur Eagles checking to the sideline, getting the call from the coach. Changing up the play call here as now 2 receivers out left, 2 receivers out to the right. And the handoff once again, and just running hard into the Bullfrog defense. Gain of a couple there, and then bring up 3rd down at about 4 yards.
All right. They're only, what is it? Looks like it's about 3rd down and 5. Bullfrogs, just 2.5 minutes left to go in this game. See, the Bullfrogs can get a stop, maybe go put one more in. That would be good to see. I'd love to see that. It looks like Decatur just slowly just letting the clock just wind down. Less than 10 seconds on the play clock. 5.
And now the run to the left side of the field. They're going to spot him down. Oh, man. That's oh, okay. That's a good spot for Lake Worth.
Yeah, they're spotting him down because it was just, I mean, if you could see what I see through the binoculars.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this, from learning from being on the field, when you're on the field and what you see from 20 or 30 yards away are totally different than I mean, it really does change on what you see in the spots sometimes.
Sorry, Josh, we didn't hear you. Go say it again.
One more time.
I said I stopped trying to guess from this far away what yard line or where it was down at, because until you're on the field, you really have no idea where it was down at. And sometimes what you see is not what the referee sees. And remember, it's about what the referee sees. And remember, it is an opinionated job.
Yeah, especially at this level and below.
But the number one thing is safety.
Yeah, that's the number one
thing.
The number one thing is safety. I totally 1,010% agree. You know, some of these guys, I don't recognize some of these guys that are here tonight, but a lot of the guys around here locally, they call on, you know, in our youth football league, as well as Josh. I know you still call some youth football league out at Tri-County, but you know, I see a lot of these referees a lot, and so when I see them on Saturdays, trust me, if I know of a game they were in and I saw something that I didn't think was right, I'd be giving them all the jabs I can on Saturday during youth football. But it's all in good fun. Those guys, they work hard to make sure that safety is at utmost. The first and foremost thing they look after is safety for the kids. Although sometimes, you know, from the sidelines, you know, sideline coach and fan coaches can question everything.
All right, and a throw downfield. That's number 83, the 6'5" receiver. Taking that one down inside the 10. And, Chris, Thankfully, Joey can't see the YouTube comments because I don't want to get him upset again. We're not going to talk about something that happened earlier in the game. No, he's now I made him look like he.
Oh yeah, don't trust me. I'm still salty too, bro. Like I am. Like I'm pretty salty, and I will be. And I won't be refreshed until next Friday night. And we start all over again.
I wish you guys. I couldn't help. Like, I was trying to keep it going because I would look to the left and I would look at Joey, and I could tell if you saw the camera on him, you would know exactly
Victory
how he
formation.
felt. As now Decatur goes into victory formation. They're not, out of respect of the game, not going to go ahead and try to score this touchdown as they're just awaiting the final ticks of the clock. They're going to have to kneel it, I believe, one more time. Yes, I take a look at the play clock. It's slightly lower than the game clock, so they'll have to kneel it one more time, but unfortunately tonight, that's going to be the end of this one as they kneel it a final time, as final score will be 63 Decatur Eagles to 28 for the Bullfrogs. And unfortunately, the Bullfrogs tonight will drop 0-3 in district play. It's not the start we wish for, but they're still not out of playoff contention as we move forward onto the next week, like we talked about before the show started tonight. That every time that final whistle blows immediately, its mind is on next Friday night. So a tough night here for the Frogs, but now the focus centered back to next week.
Yeah, back to next week. So you guys heard I'm still a little salty after this one as the Bullfrogs lost pretty handedly. Once again, you'll get to hear from the coaching staff Monday morning at the coaches show. We've kind of moved it to Monday morning as this year I ended up coaching youth football, so it's a little bit harder to be here at the field and do a morning show whenever I have away games. I'm in Springtown again tomorrow, so anyways, enough about that. This goes to show you got to come out every Friday night. It's anybody's game, and we appreciate you guys tuning in live on MixLR Bullfrog Football, live on Facebook Live at Bullfrog Radio, and live on Lake Worth ISD YouTube page. For Chris White and Josh Wilcoxon and the Bullfrog football team, I'm Joey Wilcoxon,